Virgin Australia is collapsing due to COVID-19 spreading. So Virgin Australia is having just went to voluntary addressation few weeks around last month. We went to voluntary addressation. The airline hasn't had enough jobs. Virgin is going to collapse due to COVID-19 spreading. So Virgin pandemic and not enough have many of the losses. Had a major loss, so I can't survive without money. We have to collapse. Virgin Australia is going to collapse due to COVID-19 spreading. So Virgin Australia is not surviving due to this pandemic, and also not enough money to survive. Virgin Australia can't survive without money, so Virgin doesn't survive due to COVID-19. So Virgin will be collapsing. Virgin is going to collapse due to COVID-19 and also some can't keep them to survive. Virgin Australia is collapsing due to COVID-19. So Virgin Australia is not surviving due to COVID-19 spreading. Virgin Australia is not surviving due to global spread. Communal spread. COVID-19 impact is. So Virgin Australia has many losses. So Virgin Australia doesn't survive. And in 1 month ago, went to voluntary addressation due to COVID-19. Went to voluntary addressation. Virgin is collapsing due to COVID-19. So now be having not much money to survive due to COVID-19. So this virus is pandemic. This pandemic is spreading. All because due to the COVID-19 spreading. COVID-19 spreading. Virgin Australia is collapsing due to COVID-19. Virgin doesn't survive. Virgin collapses if Virgin doesn't. Australia doesn't survive. So Virgin Australia is going to collapse due to COVID-19 and not making enough money. And Virgin Regional is not making enough money, so they decided Virgin Australia going to collapse. So Virgin Australia is not surviving due to COVID-19. On the regional side. Rex. So Virgin is collapsing due to judging entered voluntary addressation 3 weeks ago. So Virgin is not having enough money to survive due to this pandemic of COVID-19 spreading. Due to this pandemic, The Virgin Australia is not surviving due to COVID-19. Virgin Australia is not surviving due to COVID-19. The Virgin Australia is not surviving. Collapse event not survive. Qantas is plane. Qantas is only airline surviving. Get lots of money and also enough funding. So Qantas is only one that still survives during this pandemic. During this pandemic. Qantas is only one to survive during this pandemic. During this pandemic of COVID-19 spreading. So, Virgin Australia will not survive due to this pandemic of COVID-19 spreading. So Virgin Australia is not surviving due to this pandemic. So Virgin will not survive. Virgin will not survive during this pandemic. So that's it done though. So that's it